in May because they are already in their third year in junior high school. Yeah, so they are facing their big exam in May. So I need to, yeah.
Do they still need to take the exam? I thought everybody.
Yes, because they needed to take these exams and to choose their ideal senior high school.
They still need to do that? I thought this whole thing has been abolished.
No, they still need the grade to apply to their ideal senior high school.
Is it more difficult than our generation?
I don't think so, but you know, these students nowadays are really lazy to prepare their
you always told me.
Me too.
Yes,
No worries.
I think students nowadays are much smarter than us before, but they are also much lazier than us. So
like Tiffany,
that's probably why they wanted it. That's probably why they're smart. They use their intelligence to save it.
I think one of the reasons is because the smartphones are more and more popular. So they like to play on their smartphone instead of preparing their exams.
Yeah, because I can see why they do that. Oh well, let's start our last class. Today we're gonna start by talking about how to make your request stronger, how to make it easier for people to accept your request. First, we want to talk about this particular little story over here about reciprocity. Reciprocity basically means give and receive. And in the context of this particular book, Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion, reciprocity means that if you give people something first, then they will feel obliged to give you something in return. So let's all read this little story together about the CIA officer in Afghanistan back when the US was still in Afghanistan. Can we all read it together?
Sure.
Throughout
the United States military
involvement against the Taliban in Afghanistan. Intelligence officers face a significant influence problem. They frequently need information from
local Afghans
about the
Taliban's activities
and whereabouts.
But
many of the locals showed little interest in providing it for fear of Taliban retaliation and dislike for the US.
A CIA
officer who had experienced both of these sources of reluctance with the particular tribal
patriarch Notice
the man seemed drained by his trained force as the tribal leader and husband to four younger wives. On the officer's next visit, he came equipped with a small gift he placed discreetly in the elder's hand.
Something. Okay, that's the question. What is that something? Okay, so last sentence. Let's all read together.
On his return, a week later, the chief offered a bonanza of a lot of information about the Taliban movements and supply routes.
So at the beginning, the local tribal leader did not want to give the CIA officer any intelligence, any intel about the where to find Taliban and where they hide. However, after the CIA officer gave him something, he was willing to risk Taliban retaliation, and he was also okay. He was also okay of giving this information to an American who he didn't really like. So what is that thing? Can we all take 3 seconds to guess what that is and type in the chat box? What do you think it was? 你觉得他给的是什么？人家就愿意给他这个资讯。Is it, say, 10,000 US dollars? Is it, oh yeah, could be. Could be. Probably, I would say probably our male species can understand this a little bit more. So what do you think, Ryan? What do you think this person?
I think it's a US visa.
He didn't like the US, and he lives in rural
But they
areas.
like freedom. They like freedom. They want to just get away from the danger in Taliban. So
could be.
visa,
but
US visa.
His life, his whole life is based in the mountains of Afghanistan. Condom. Okay. Closer, actually. Okay. What do you think, Hong? Tong, what do you think?
Me?
I'm not sure.
Not sure? I can't hear your voice very clearly. Anyways, so the answer is the man, the CIA officer gave the tribal leader Viagra, 4 tablets, one for each of his wives. That was the answer.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
威力刚还是什么？威力还是什么？
威尔刚
Viagra. Okay.
Yeah. So你有西力士吗？So this goes on to show, actually, of course, this is a very personalized gift, but it's a gift that is given in advance. It's not a gift given after the tribal leaders shared the information. So that's kind of the whole idea of reciprocity. If you really want someone to accept your request, to receive your offer very well, sometimes you need to pay first, in a way. Okay, so let's discuss real quick. Again, we have 2 little case studies. These are all real case studies that had happened in this world, according to the book of Robert Cialdini, the Influence book. And so after reading the two case studies, you would discuss the following questions with your teammates. Question number 1, in the first example, did A or B see more increase in spending from the adult customers? Okay, so I'm going to group everybody into 2. One, 2. So let's go.
Location.
Ryan, you want to start?
Yeah, I just checked the case. Yeah, the information of the case. Okay, from email. Also in the middle. Okay, I think the B, for the question 1 in the question is in the McDonald's example, did A or B see more increase in spending from those adult customers? I think B, because the parent and the children, yeah, when they enter the restaurant, they immediately receive the balloon, right? So the children will get much happier. Yeah, much happier than the option A. And the children happy, parent get more happy or happier. So they are willing to spend more money on their dish or their food. Yeah. So I think A, yeah.
What about home?
嗯
home 你觉得呢？ What do you think?
I think the same point. I agree with Ryan. I think the option B is better than A because
Can't hear you very well. Can you speak up a little bit?
okay, because B they can take the balloon when they enter the restaurant.
Your voice is not very clear for
it's
some
better
reason.
than A.
Like very mumbling. 很闷啊，好像很糊。
Is it clear now?
Yeah,
Could
I
be,
think.
could be better. Can you try to say a few more sentences so that we can check your sound quality? Low,
home.
low.
Okay, I'm here.
Yes.
Is it clear now?
Better. So what do you think about question number 2? What items were purchased more? Ice cream, Happy Meals, or coffee? Just some random guess. Hello? Hello? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
I think probably the ice cream and the Happy Meal, right? Because both of the items are for, of course, for majorly kids.
Yeah, but you have to think about A. Comparing to A, what items were purchased more?
I think maybe it's Happy Meals because they are the balloons give to the children.
Hello? Your sound is breaking. So Ryan, you think it's Happy Meals and ice cream got purchased more?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So can we read the second case study very quickly?
Yep.
An MBA student in Arizona.
While I was working in Boston, one of my co-workers, Chris, was always trying to push work on my overcrowded decks. I'm usually good resisting this type of attempts, but not when they come from Chris. He started by saying, I heard you did a fantastic job with the such and such project, and I have a similar one. I'm hoping you can help with it. Since you are so expert in X, could you help me out by putting together this assignment?
Okay, so what do you think?
I think it's good. Good way good way to persuade your colleague to do more for you. So yeah, just give you praise you or give you good feedback. Then you feel comfortable and then you're happy to do it.
So for question number 3, in each of these case studies, the Taliban story, the McDonald's story, and the MBA student story, how do these 3 initial gifts work differently? Can you compare them a little bit? See, for in the first story, it was Viagra, this very personalized gift that was given, right? And can you compare Viagra and the balloons and the compliment?
Yeah.
Can you compare them a little bit?
It's about physical, mental, psychological way, 3 different way. Because physical, Viagra help you become more stronger in your sex activity. And second is like mental. Your children is happy. You will be satisfied or happier than your children. And the third case, MBA, probably psychological a trick. Psychological trick. Your colleague used to your colleague to convince them to do more. Then they're supposed to do.
So one is more of a gift that directly changes a person's physical condition, and the other 2 are more like mental type of emotional gifts.
Yeah, I think so.
But the second one is a balloon. It's a balloon in itself. It's also kind of it's a tangible thing, but it gives children this happiness that is not tangible. So what about, can you continue to discuss question number 4 together? Do you believe each of these initial gifts will continue to work if they're continuously given? For example,
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, why not?
It's like the marginal, the
diminishing marginal utility.
The marginal effect. The marginal effect. So when you never get this gift before, but since you get the first, then you want more, and so the marginal effect will decreasing. As you get the same gift as before. You won't be higher. You want higher and higher expectation from this gift. So
okay, what do you think? Yes. What does Hong think?
I think in these 3 cases, there are some different motivations. In the first one, in the 2 cases, that is extrinsic motivation. It's outside, for example, a balloon gift, or in the
can't hear you very well. You said the first thing something, but then I lost you there.
First one in the 2 cases, and extrinsic motivation, and the third case it's an intrinsic motivation.
Okay, intrinsic, is that what you were saying?
Yes.
Oh, your voice is a little bit not clear, so I'm just kind of guessing over here. Ryan, So do you think, which gift do you think lasts the longest in terms of its effectiveness?
I think it depends on the different person, like me, I think the first two will be less longer than the third one. Because third one, I think the compliment should be from sincerely compliment,
Okay.
If you just the fake compliment, I don't think, it will last longer,
Okay, good. Okay, Hong, do you agree or do you have other thoughts?
Yes, I agree with Ryan. I think it depends on different people. They have different styles.
Got it. All right, thank you. So let's return to the main room. Second. Let's wait until Daphne and Hannah come back. And actually in the book in the McDonald case study, the option B shows increase in sales revenue by 25% from those families. And the item that contributed to the most growth.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's fine. I will pretend
Yeah.
one new one for you.
Hello.
Hello.
So just a quick check. Daphne, do y'all also agree that B?
Sure.
More increase in spending? How much more?
I don't know. I didn't go. I don't go to McDonald's so often.
Okay, but anyways, it was the in the true story, it was 25% sales increase for those families.
Cool.
For those families, and the items that got purchased the most was coffee, actually.
Wow.
So
coffee for parents and balance
for the parents. For the parents, the children obviously couldn't have coffee. So
coffee for children too.
What do you say? Yeah,
I think that children can have coffee if they want to stay overnight.
Yeah, but the parents probably are a little bit against that. So what do you think are the differences or the similarities between all these case studies? Daphne.
I think both is fine for me because that in both cases, we speak something good first, then ask the help from the other.
Okay, so that's the similarity.
Yes.
So, Hannah, what do you think are the differences between the three initial gifts?
I think it's about the feeling. It's a kind of a feeling. Yeah, if you give me the gift first, I will feel happy, and then I will be willing to purchase some products in that store.
Okay, got it. So these are all the similarities between all these case studies. All right. Do you believe each of these initial gifts will continue to work? Okay, so let me change the question a little bit. Which gift do you think actually lasted the longest? Which gift do you think that actually lasted the longest? The first The Viagra or balloon or the compliment in the actual story?
In reality, I choose 3. I choose 3 because I don't need Viagra, right? And second, I don't
Okay,
have children.
good.
The
Okay.
third one, I need
Okay.
compliment. Yeah. So.
Okay. So in the actual story is actually C, the compliment.
I also choose this one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You did too? Okay.
Yeah, because I think everybody like to hear some good words from others.
Mm-hmm. I agree. So do you find that Hannah, do you find that in your actual work,
Yes.
people give you
Yeah.
a shitload of work because they compliment?
No
Huh?
people give.
Student.
I give students. I always say good words to my students, and they are always willing to do my homework.
Oh, really? See, I need to say more nice things to everybody for people to do their homework for this class.
I
But
think
sometimes
that
nice
think-
things are not enough, right? Definitely.
Oh,
So let's
don't
try.
worry, son. You always treat me so good.
Okay, but not in terms of homework. But anyways, let's continue to the next exercise. So when we want to strengthen our request, when we want to make our request even stronger, we can also incorporate the idea of social proof. Can say Hannah read the first case really quick?
Sure.
A study on
A study on what to say to influence people to conserve household energy.
household energy.
Household energy. The following messages were once a week for a month to customers of an utility company. One, the continue.
Yeah, let me explain it real quick. There's a typo here, sorry. This is an actual study, actual experiment done by Robert Cialdini, his team, in the book. So he was working as an advisor for this energy company, and they really want the households, 每个家庭 to save more on electricity. So they send out these different messages to the families to encourage them to not use that much electricity. So these are the actual 4 messages that they tested. Okay. Ryan, can you read the first one? And then Daphne, and then Hong.
Okay,
Sure.
the environment will benefit.
It's a socially responsible thing to do.
Hong.
It will save you significant money on your next power bill.
Okay. Ryan, you want to do the 4th?
Oh, most of your fellow community residents do try to conserve energy at home.
So which message generated the most energy saving and why? This is also an actual case study. The 3rd or the 4th. Okay, everybody needs to type in their answer in the chat room. Hong says 3, so it's 3 and 4. 3 got 2 votes and 4 got so far 1. What do you think, Hannah? 3 or 4?
Maybe 3.
Okay, the actual answer is 4. Okay. And they were also discussing in the book why 3 didn't work as well. And one possibility is that people don't actually believe that it will save you significant money. Right. So there's an uncertainty of whether this benefit will become real. But when people see a message saying that, 50% of the community residents have been increasing their use of electricity, then you would feel like, oh, God, if they could do it, I can do it too. At least this is what was said in the book. Okay, so let's quickly read the second case study together. Hannah, you want to start? In some high theft areas?
In some high-theft areas of
Petrified
petrified
Forest National Park. It's a weird name, I know. 害怕
petrified
Uh-huh.
Forest National Park of the Grand Canyon,
Canyon?
2.95% of
2.95.
percent of visitors per day engaged in bustle theft on average.
偷化石
对
Two kinds of signs were presented in the park in
presented in the
an
park.
experiment.
Right. Okay. So now there are two kinds of signs that were in the park. Hong, we want to read the first one.
One, a sign that urges visitors not to take wood while
Not to take wood while depicting.
depicting a scene showing three thieves in action.
Three thieves in action. Okay. Daphne, you want to read the second one?
A sign that mentioned few people steal from the park by depicting a long thief.
Okay. So there's a little difference, right? So once again, which one do you think cut the theft rate in half?
I choose two.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you. And the other one actually increased the theft rate almost two times, twofolds. This is also an actual case study, an actual experiment. So what do you think, Ryan? What do you think, Hong? What do you think, Hannah? You got to pick one. And remember, we're discussing about social proof right now. We're discussing about social proof and using what you have kind of guessed from the first case study. Okay. All right. So the answer is 2. Okay. The reason why it wasn't 1 was because when people see a sign that says, "Oh, a lot of people steal wood from this park," don't be a petty thief like many people. Then it kind of encouraged people to want to try. Oh, since so many people are doing it, why don't I try? This actually, I don't know if y'all have this experience or not in college, but back in college, I had a course related to civil law, I think. 民法概要 in our first year, I don't know if you remember, Daphne. It was like 95% of people in the class cheated.
Oh,
They didn't have to.
yes. I
So you
think
cheated.
I think I'm in a group of the 95%.
Yeah, it was like I was the one of the 5
Yes.
people that didn't cheat
Yeah.
at all. But was people did not have to cheat because I believe they totally have the mental capacity to remember everything. But it was from very early on in the class, people were told, "Oh, it's a lot of people in the past cheated in the class and the teacher didn't care." So it kind of
Yes.
planted
That's
that
what I
idea in
remember.
everybody's
Yeah.
mind. Right? You remember that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I also remember that we didn't go into any class.
Oh yeah, we didn't go to that class. But I did memorize the handouts. That's what I did. Okay. So see, a lot of times when we want to encourage people not to do something, like for example, showing, there were the book also discussed a lot about some environmental protection program and suicide prevention programs. But sometimes after those programs rolled out, the suicide rate and the environmental destruction rate actually increased because of this. So I think this is a very interesting story that reminded us what kind of instruction we want to give people if we want to make them do something. So Hannah, do you have any experiences related to this when you give instructions to your kids? Can you think of anything?
Not very well.
Okay, not at this moment. Okay.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
example, if a parent, say if a student is not studying very well, should, if you, after learning about social proof, would you tell him, do you want to be like so many other kids in our school that didn't do well in school? Or do you want to tell?
I seldom let them to compare with others because they
Oh,
don't
yeah.
like teachers to compare them with others.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But actually, have you heard of any stories like this? A kid, when they're at a very young age, might somehow resent doing something, for example, swimming, learning how to swim. But after seeing some kids in the neighborhood go take swimming classes, suddenly they wanted to go swim.
Oh no, I saw
Okay, you've
that
never heard of
I
that?
don't
Heard of similar
because
stories like that?
I'm not sure, but I think my students, they all have their opinions. They don't want to like others. I don't know
Okay, they
why.
don't want to be like others.
And
Okay.
what was if A go to swimming class and B they will reject it. They wanted to join other clubs, but instead of a swimming class. I don't know why.
Probably it's because of the person that
Yes,
that takes the swimming class.
yes.
yeah.
So they think they don't like to they don't want to do the same thing with others. I don't know why.
Okay, got it.
They want to feel unique.
Yeah. Maybe kind of.
Yeah. Well, okay. So let's discuss the second topic. The third topic. It's a particular way of phrasing your request that makes it more likely to be accepted, or at least receive less resistance. Can we all read the title together? Yes-oriented questions versus 1, 2, 3, go.
Yes-oriented
question.
Yes.
Versus
no-oriented
questions.
Okay, so assuming a guy looking like this coming to you and ask question A on the left. Can we all read it together?
Have
Question
you
A.
got it?
And
Have you got a few minutes to talk?
Is now
a good time to talk? Okay.
It is
And
an extremely bad time to talk right now.
Okay. If a person, Daphne's already answering right now. Okay. Thank you for being so active in class. Okay. So Daphne,
no homework anymore.
Yeah, I know. Got it. You've made yourself very clear. So why do you think B is more it's easier for you to want to listen to?
I think no one will reject my if I ask if it's too bad to talk, so no one will say that yes, it's too bad to talk.
It's kind of difficult to say, yeah, it's extremely bad too.
Yeah.
It's a question that we call this kind of question no oriented question. That is, we expect people to say no, it's not extremely bad time to talk.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And for yes oriented question, have you heard this particular method of sales persuasion before? You have to get a lot of yeses from your listener. Have you heard of this particular sales strategy? Brian, have you heard of this before? 你在销售的时候要得到很多人家的 yes， 肯定就是人家所谓的意思，就是你问他什么问题，他都要说 yes。Have you heard of something like this before?
I don't have much experience to face this kind of question.
Okay, Hong, you have heard of it before?
Yes.
Okay. So where do you remember in what context did you hear about it?
I forgot the context. Maybe in some article or book.
Some articles or books. Yeah. It was pretty popular back in the days. At least that's what I also saw in a lot of books. Says that if you generate a lot of yeses, that means your listener agree with you. For example, do you want to have financial freedom? Have you heard of Amway? These are all questions that are that were designed like a long time ago to get some sort of agreement from you. So have you heard of those questions that I just mentioned? Do you want financial freedom? Do you want more time? Do you want more money? Sound what?
直销.
Yeah, but 直销 at the beginning, direct selling at the very beginning of its birth was really popular and grew really fast, right? That went on to say that it was effective, but now that it has been overused for so many years, getting those yeses will immediately make your listener feel like you're going to sell them something. So if I ask you, do you want financial freedom? Then you will say what? What do you want to know? What do you want? Why do you ask
I'm satisfied with the now, with the current life.
Yeah.
All I want to say is that, so you have to break the pattern. It's in any kind of situation in which getting a yes is very difficult. That is, you know that you will get a lot of resistance. If you're gonna get a lot of resistance, then you want to use no-oriented question more. So let's have a quick exercise together. So we're going to turn these regular requests to no-oriented requests. And I have some prompts here and some original questions here. For example, can you come teach in my class? If you have, say, if I'm going to teach in a finance class, financial English class, and then I want to invite, say, Daphne, who is always very busy.
No, not really.
Instead of just asking her, can you come teach in my class? How, if I want to make it a no-oriented question, how do I phrase it? Hannah, do you have some idea? You can use this to start. Don't understand what we're trying to do here? Okay, so let's use the first line as an example, the first row as an example. So instead of saying, can you come teach in my class? Hey, Daphne, can you come teach in my class? I would say, hey, Daphne, is it a ridiculous idea for me to invite you to come teach in my class? Would you find it very ridiculous?
Yes, it's very hard to say no to you since it's not ridiculous to invite me.
Yeah, I thought so. This is also actually a real story. This is from a different book, actually. It's from this book called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss, who's also a former FBI agent. So during negotiation, he found that it's more effective to use these kind of no-oriented requests because of all the reasons that we mentioned. So this is an actual request that he made to Jack Welch. Have you ever heard of the name Jack Welch? 以前 GE 的CEO, he has passed away. The one of the former CEO of GE Electric, General Electric. Have you heard of Jack Welch? 杰克威尔许, right? So one day, you have heard of him? Yeah.
Yeah, I heard of them, but I don't know the detail. Yeah.
Well, anyway, so the story goes like this. When during one of his book signs, he wrote quite a few books that were popular. So during one of the book signs, Chris Voss, the author of this book, approached him and and he had only about 7 seconds or something like that. And so he was teaching a MBA class in somewhere, and in LA, in California. So he asked Jack Welch, who didn't know who he was, who Chris Voss was at all. So basically he went up to him and asked, is it a ridiculous idea to have you teach in one of my MBA class in so-and-so university? And he said, Jack Welch basically paused for more than 1 minute, just looking at him and thinking, have you, I don't know, you have seen this meme before, but basically, 有只猫的迷因，有没有? As far as like, he could see, Chris Voss could see that Jack Welch was in a very, very confused state. Kept on like thinking and thinking whether he should accept Chris Voss's invitation. But in the end, he did actually. He said yes. This very famous CEO, very famous author, said yes to a stranger's request because of a carefully crafted, no-oriented question. So he did actually teach in that class for this guy he didn't know at all. Okay, so can we all try formulate these kind of no-oriented questions using the original questions here? And we're going to have a very quick group discussion as well. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is it clear? Okay, Ma? Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's regroup a little bit. Okay, let's go.
What should we do?
I think we should on the page 7, no oriented prompts. Yeah. Can you see the slide, right?
No, I can see the thing. I can't see the material.
Oh, yeah, you can. Okay.
You don't have the PDF?
I don't know how to operate because
But do you
now
have
I
the
can see
PDF?
the screen. Yes, I can. I have a PDF, but I don't know how to.
You
how
just
to
open the
operate.
PDF file. Just open the PDF file. You don't have to share.
Yeah.
Just look at your own PDF file.
I will try.
It's on page 7.
Page 7. So Lee, so will
You
we
need to turn.
do
Yes.
the refresh the question, right?
Right.
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
So, two,
Okay.
3, 4.
Now I
Okay.
see the material.
Okay, Hannah, you want to start?
Yes. Maybe I'm not the. Can I not to
Okay.
be the first one? Because I'm
Sure.
a little confused about the exercise.
你要把原来的问句转换成一个 no-oriented 的问句。原来只是问 Can you come teach me my class? And people would want to say, why do you want to do that? Why do you want me to do that? You get some resistance, right? So we want to change it into a no-oriented question.
Okay.
Would it be crazy for me to ask Hannah, would it be crazy if I asked you to start first?
Oh, no. I know. I get your idea. I get your idea.
Okay. All right.
So now, what should I do now?
Try converting the first question.
First question. Let me think. First. Okay. So Ryan, you can be the first one.
Oh, okay. I start with
There's some prompts on the right that you can use.
Yeah. So I start with the second one. I did first. That's fine. So Honey, can you take the trash out, right? So Honey, are you inconvenient right now? Is it convenient right now for you to take the trash out?
No. You can't say, is it convenient for you?
Is it convenient?
You have to say, would it be inconvenient for you?
Okay. So, but the second is, would it be the great inconvenience? It's a noun,
Inconvenient.
right? Inconvenient. But
you can change, of course, you can change you can change,
convenient.
you can
Okay.
rephrase
Okay,
it, but
I
you
think
have
I
to, it
will
has to
say,
be.
is that a difficult one for you to take out the trash? The most
Is
difficult
that
one?
difficult? Is that difficult? Is it difficult for you to take? Yeah,
Take
that
out
can
the trash.
also work. I think, in a sense, is it
But I
difficult?
think it's a little bit
It's also a little
bossy,
bit
right?
challenging though, for some reason. Is it difficult? Do you have the ability? Do you have the capability? Anyways, you can try it. It's definitely okay to try. Okay. Please continue with the rest of the sentences.
Yeah, I know. I try to consider about the four. Both, can I take a day off on Friday? Oh.
Hi, Dee.
Hey, are you guys all right? Where are you now?
Yes, we're trying the first case and the fourth case.
Okay. So what would you say?
I will say that if it's very hard for me to take a day off this Friday.
No, it would be hard for me. It's not hard for you.
Okay, thank you. But hard for you? Hard for
Is
you?
it difficult? Would it be inconvenient for you to
Oh, convenient. Okay, inconvenient.
would it be inconvenient for you to would it be the big trouble if I take
Okay.
would it be a big trouble if I take a day off on Friday?
Got it. Big trouble. Perhaps it will.
Home, do you want to try number 2?
Okay. Honey, can you take the trash out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not willing to do that.
So you have to change it to a no-oriented question.
Okay.
Any idea? You can use the one on the right.
Inconvenience. Okay.
Would it be a great inconvenience for you to? You try that one.
Is it a bad idea to invite you to take the trash out?
What did you say? Sorry, didn't hear you very well.
Is it a bad idea to invite you to take the trash out?
I think it's a little bit weird to take someone to invite someone to take something out.
Invite someone to take their trash out. It does sound.
The trash is very heavy to carry.
Invite you to take the trash out.
Yeah.
Would it be a? See, I would probably say something like this. Would it be a great inconvenience for you to take the trash out, or would you be against taking the trash out? So these are all the things, all different things that you can use.
I think it's something similar in Chinese that 会不会太麻烦你?
So you can even exaggerate it a little bit, like 如果这个请你麻烦你帮忙倒垃圾 ，OK？ 如果麻烦你倒垃圾，会不会对你造成巨大的困难、巨大的痛苦 ？OK？ Then it would be difficult for people to say, yeah, it's gonna cause me extreme pain.
But if you say that will it be a great inconvenience for you to submit your homework? I will say, definitely yes.
Yeah, but anyways, those are the things that kind of break the patterns in people's mind.
Yes.
Sometimes when you ask them nicely, like in the yes-oriented way, they just like I said, they want to think about it.
Yes. It's no use to treat someone nicely.
I don't know about that, but anyways, all right. Alrighty. Okay. Wait until Anna and Ryan comes back.
Okay, sure. I'm
There's-
taking note that 会不会对你造成巨大的麻烦？
Yeah. You could say, or 你会不会反对？比如说 if you want to ask people to do something more for you, or you want to ask if a client wants to continue the discussion with you,
Yes.
then you can also say something like, and they're not getting back to you. You can say something like, are you against the idea of us continue to talk? Or you can ask them, have you given up on continuing discussing the possibility? Something like that. And you know they're still thinking.
Yes.
They haven't really given up. If they have given up, then of course you wouldn't ask that. But if they haven't given up and they've been like ridiculously slow in their response, then this is something that they can ask them.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so we're all back, right? So let's continue to the next part. I know it's already 9 o'clock, so we're gonna wrap things up in 10 minutes. Okay. For the last part, we want to talk about how to reject other people's requests, or how to negotiate for a new version of the request, because the original request might not be something that you want to do or can do. Okay. We are afraid of rejecting people because life is like a big game, right? After rejecting them this time, you might need their help some other time. We don't know. Okay. So, but at the same time, our resources are very limited. If we share our resources with other people, and sometimes we cannot focus on the things that are important for us. So here are some ways that you could do to deal with and evaluate the request that you have received. Okay. If a request that you have received, or a question you have received, is totally unimportant, and the people who said it are totally unimportant to you, then you can use this method called broken record, mentioned by this the How to Talk to Anyone book. Okay. Broken record basically means that when someone continue to ask you a particular question that you don't want to answer, you should simply tell them the same response over again. The same words. For example, if people ask you, why don't you have kids yet?
Have a kid?
Yeah, for example, what would you say, Ryan? Why don't you have kids yet? If you want to,
why should I have a kid?
Why should I have a kid? Okay. If if I continue to ask you, but kids are nice, you need to have kids, otherwise you will feel lonely.
I have a dog. I have definitely my
That's weird. But according to the broken record method, if you don't want to, if this person who asked the questions is unimportant, you can say the same thing over and over again. So it's like, why don't you have, could we do this once again? Why don't you have kids yet?
Right? Why don't you have a kid?
No, it's not repeating. I'm not asking you to repeat my question. I'm asking you to repeat the same answer.
Oh.
Why don't you have kids yet? Ryan, why don't you have kids? You look normal. I mean.
No, I don't. I just answered that.
Why don't you have more kids, right?
Yeah, just answer the same question. Answer me with the same answer that you have mentioned earlier.
Yeah, why don't you have kids yet?
Why should I have a kids? Why should I have a kids?
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Just confused.
But
Okay.
having kids are nice, you know. If you have kids, they will be able to take care of you when you get old. Then you say the same thing, which is, don't get
Why
too
should
caught up in my question.
why should I have kids?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly. You just continue to say the same thing. But kids are
Okay.
very nice. Like, for example, my kids, he's super successful. He makes a lot of money, and he pays me. He also gives me a lot of pocket money every month. So I think you should also have kids.
Oh.
Then you
Why
say
should
the
I
same
have a
thing.
kid? Why should I
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
kid?
So you keep on saying the same thing until they get bored. Because sometimes people ask these questions just because they're bored. They just want to find topics.
Oh.
But because they're unimportant, you don't have to figure out what to say.
Mhm.
You just say the same thing. That's basically what broken records mean. 跳针啊，不停地跳针, okay?
I don't think I have so many time to do the unuseful social.
Yeah, because sometimes people, you get too serious in really thinking about, oh my God, why is this person so nosy and all that? But basically, they just got bored, and since they're not important anyway, so you can say the same thing back to them over and over again. All right, so that's one way. But when requests come from people you really care about or people who are working with you, then sometimes you really do need to have more patience talking with this person. You have to negotiate a little bit. Okay, so let's do one last exercise together. So I want you to recall a particular difficult request that you received at work. Can you think of anything? If you can, please type 1 in the chat room. If you cannot, please type 2. Can you think of a particular difficult request in the past at work that you probably could handle differently by negotiating with them? Can you think of anything? If you can think of a particular one, please type 1. If you can't, please type 2. So I want you to use that for your exercise later. No? Hannah, no?
Let me
really
think for her sake.
nothing really difficult? Has
Maybe-
anyone
may-
asked you to
maybe-
over -2? What is -2?
Why?
Everything is under his control.
No, for example, like people ask you to work a lot. People ask you to check something for them, but it wasn't your responsibilities. But because you were being nice, or because you were just a very decent team worker, you said
About
yes.
my marriage.
Yeah, it could be.
My elders always ask me why you happen to get a marriage.
Yeah, sometimes you get mad, right? But sometimes you can
Yeah.
negotiate. But I want you to think of a scenario, because it's gonna be we're gonna have to practice the conversation and the exercise. So it has to be something that you are willing to negotiate a little bit. But back then, for example, I have a personal example. Back when I was working in my first job as a sales manager / project managers / the boss's assistant / everything. In my first job, although my job title was sales manager, international sales manager, but I did so much more than that. And because I thought it was helpful for the company. But by the time I was about to leave the company did not grow at all. Actually, it shrank. So obviously my contribution didn't really help the company grow, right? All the late night extra work didn't really help, right? All the requests that I received and agreed to help didn't really help the company. So that meant some of my conversation could probably be handled differently so that it became more beneficial, at least for me, and in some cases better for the company as well. Okay, so I want you to think about something that's similar to this. If not, you can imagine, you can use the case scenario on this page. You've been asked to do something like writing a thorough report on OSHA regulation, basically just some kind of regulation that you don't know about at all. And they need this report by tomorrow. So if you agree to do this, then you have to spend the whole night Googling, using ChatGPT and all the tools that you can to write a report. Additionally, this person that is requesting is from the same department of yours. So you're going to meet this person again. You're going to work with this person. Okay. Sales target of every month. You can, yes, that can be something as well. So I want you to reenact the scenario with your partner. So in that case, let's practice. Let me do a demo with Ryan. So Ryan, right now you are a CEO of a electronics company. You're my former boss in the first job. Okay. So you're gonna ask me to do some kind of you're gonna ask me to implement the company ERP system and tell me that I have to work a lot after work. Can you say something similar to that?
Okay. Tomorrow morning we got a very important meeting with our biggest customer. So we need to report our implementation of ERP system. By tomorrow morning. I need to know the whole detailed information of the implementation. So could you make up a report before tomorrow morning?
Okay. So now I'm thinking, well, my boss is definitely something is definitely someone that I cannot just say fuck off. I really need to consider his request, okay? But at the same time, I don't know much about the ERP system, and let alone details. So it's gonna be like it's gonna be something that's not within my capability. Okay, so I'm gonna start by saying I'm gonna evaluate this situation. And I'm gonna acknowledge it, my boss. Ryan, thank you so much for thinking of me for this opportunity to compile this report. Can you give me a little bit more detail? See, I'm using this sentence. Can you give me a little bit more detail on what kind of information about our ERP system that you want?
So I need to disclose more detailed information also. This project is we start implementing this early years. In this early year. So we spend $5 million for this project. Implementing in our overall different function in this company.
No, but what do you want me to do? What do you want me?
I want you to consolidate I want you to consolidate the current implementation of different departments. So you need to catch up with the head of the different function in company, and then according to their feedback, you just need to generate a report.
So you want me to, so you want someone, okay, you need someone to talk to all the heads of different departments regarding their current status of using the ERP report. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much for clarifying that. And so how many words that needs to be?
How many works? A lot of work you need to do.
A lot of words. Okay. Thank you so much. So
I think it's not overloaded. Because you are so professional and diligent. Very excellent work.
Thank you, Ryan, for using the reciprocity rule on me. Thank you so much for using this on me. No, appreciate it, but I have read the Robert Cialdini book. What you have mentioned is a little bit outside of my expertise. See, I am the sales manager, and I, as you have been working very long hours on this new, getting this new client. I mean, currently preparing for the details of our proposal to them, and I need to hand it to them. I send it to the client tomorrow as well, and I think that that will create huge benefit for the company. So since the ERP report is also quite important, I really don't believe I can accomplish these two very important tasks in the time frame that is needed, which is tomorrow. Okay, may I suggest the head of procurement, Daphne, for this great opportunity? Because the reason why I'm saying this, not to push the responsibilities away, I'm saying this because the procurement department, in my knowledge, is the one that uses the ERP system the most among all different departments. So I think she has the most insights regarding this. I can definitely talk to Daphne real quick and get her into this particular meeting so that she can share and do some of the work. And I believe I can also ask the head of the finance department, which is Hong, and the head of and the head of the R&D department, Hannah, to all get together so that we can all do a part and deliver that work to you. Fair enough? Do you think so?
No, not fair enough.
I believe together we will definitely complete our share of the report within a very short period of time with very high accuracy. That will be very helpful for everybody. Okay. Do you think it's a good plan? I can call them immediately.
Okay, so yeah, I agree. So I think you can be a coordinator. Yeah. Coordinator, yeah.
And talking about coordinator, I also know this master coordinator in our company called Ryan. Ryan Huang, and he's just everybody loves him. So sometimes when I make a request, people go like, it's from Lee. I don't like Lee that much, but everybody likes Ryan. So I would definitely get, if you don't mind at all, if it's not a great inconvenience for you, I would like to make a phone call to Ryan.
Whoa.
For him to come to the meeting right now.
Okay. That sounds great. Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, so let's do this. Yeah, let's do this one last exercise together. Okay, let's do this one last exercise together. I hope that was a demonstration that was clear enough. Okay. So you kind of have to use everything that you have learned so far in this particular negotiation. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay, let's go.
Hi.
So Hannah, have you thought about your what kind of scenario you want to reenact?
So kind of teach. So how do I say
Who is
that?
giving you the work?
By boss actually. Yeah, she gave me she wanted me to teach students, but senior high school students, but that is out of my beyond my knowledge. Yes.
Okay.
So she forced me to do that, and at that time, I don't know how to reject this kind of a situation. So I just
so Home.
Yes.
Now you're her boss. You want her to teach senior high school students, but right now she only feels that she's capable of teaching junior high school students. And this was a true story. Back then, she didn't know how to say no to her boss. So now you become her boss. and you have to be mean to her and keep on pushing this task.
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yes.
In our exercise?
Okay. Hello, Hannah.
Hi, hi.
We have a senior high class have to teach.
Hong, can you speak a little bit louder? Because it's your
No.
voice is always like breaking.
No, I'm used to teaching junior high school students. I feel that I don't.
Hey,
I have
Hannah,
Hi.
sorry, let me break you. Let me break you a little bit.
Okay.
Can you try to use this? Can you try to acknowledge and explain and counter propose like what's mentioned on the slide? So don't just say no, I can't do it, because that's what you said to your boss
Okay.
before, right?
Yes.
So I want you to acknowledge her a little bit and kind of understand more like what she wants you to teach and everything. Okay. Okay, so please continue.
Okay, so I really appreciate that you think of me to have this opportunity to teach the senior high school students. But I think this is a little bit outside of my expertise. I don't believe I can teach senior high school students well because of my experiences only teach junior high school students. So may I suggest Helen for this opportunity? I know they are looking to get more involved with this kind of skills on senior high school students. Like that?
Thank you for your suggestion. But she's already teach too many classes. So I think you are a good choice.
Thanks. But I think I need to more preparation. But if you are need some person to quickly teach those senior high school students, I may suggest you Albert, teacher Albert. He also good at English, and his English abilities is higher than me.
Okay, so just keep pushing. Okay. Got it. So Hong, what would be your experience on this? What's the scenario that you want to practice?
Sorry, I didn't get it. Can you repeat it?
Maybe I will try. Maybe I will try to create the situation. So hey Ho, so I know your English is very well. So I have my nephew. He need a better teacher to teach him English. So could you help me to do that? To teach my nephew about his English.
I'm very appreciative you think of me for this opportunity. But could you give me more detail
about my nephew? Okay, exactly. So because it's an easy task for you, so you don't worry about it, because he is just a junior high school student, but his parents want him to get better grades in English. For example, 90 points in English. So I think you are the best choice for my nephew to be his English teacher.
Oh, thank you. But when I was in my junior high school, my English is not very good. Sometimes I didn't.
No, I think it's enough. I think because your English speaking is very bad, it's good. So I think you can, and also you are a man. My nephew is a boy, so I think the a male teacher to teach my nephew is the best person for my nephew.
Okay, but this is outside of my experience. Perhaps
you don't worry about it. I will prepare some material for you, and you just to follow the material and teach him how to speak English fluently.
May I just big plea for this opportunity? I know she are looking to get more involved.
But I think sorry, but I think he or she, you suggest who? She, but I think I'm not familiar with her. I'm not very I know you very well, so I think you are the best person. Yes, I suggest you to his parents. So please help me.
Maybe if you want to practice basketball or some way to training, I can teach him well. But
Really, basketball? Okay, so you can teach him basketball and then English. It's fine. Just to speak English with him. It's just fine. Yeah, you can teach basketball and then you teach him English, little English.
You're leaving home speechless here with your with your strong persuasion skills. So Ho, what do you think? Have you bumped into situations like this before? Like people really wanted you to do something for them?
I
probably sometimes.
Sometimes, yes.
Yes. Well, but overall, I think you're doing a good job suggesting other people. And you can be stronger in the suggestion. You can say, okay, I believe my friend Hannah and so, and Lee and Hong and Lee and Daphne and whoever are also capable and probably have the willingness to do that. So listen, this is what I'm gonna do, Hannah. I'm gonna get their information and I'm gonna ask them whether they're interested in this great opportunity, and then I'll get back to you say a week later. Does that sound good enough for you? See, you delay this question or you kind of avoid the question. This is also something that you can do. This is also what a lot of people do. Hey, see, understand. Let me get back to you. Next week. And sometimes they don't get back to you. But in my case, I will always get back to you. But the answer would be, sorry, I've asked them, but currently they're not available. You know what I would suggest that your nephew do is that there's a great website called Amazing Talker. You can spend like $3,000 and sign up for this entire semester of classes that can really help him catch up. And I already know some very good teachers, so I'm going to send you some links to the teachers. So basically, I think overall, I think you're doing a great job. Both of you are doing a great job in rejecting the request. Just that you can be very strong in pushing for what you think is right. And you can say, I'm going to provide this information to you by this time. Does that sound good enough? Does that sound fair enough? Can be stronger in proposing an alternative solution instead of just saying no. Okay. But overall, I think, once again, great job. Let's return to the main room.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's wait for the other two guys to come back. So far, do you have any questions, or what do you think about the things that we have learned today? Is there something that you think that you can implement in day-to-day life? Is it something that you find useful for even your non-English speaking life, which is the majority of all our lives?
I think it's a good way to think about some method to reject people.
See, you look very nice, Hannah. And sometimes nice people get asked a lot to do a lot of shit. But then you get distracted. You can't fulfill whatever you need to fulfill. Hey, Daphne. Hey, Ryan.
Hi.
Yeah.
So how was it?
Yeah, I think perfect. I finally got the chance to talk with my close friend, Stephanie. Finally got the chance, opportunity.
So
You always know.
weird. It's so weird.
Alrighty. So we're gonna end the last class over here. Thank you so much for joining us on this last class. And if you feel like doing some assignments, we have one last assignment over here. And also I would like to invite you, or actually I should say, if it's not a terribly inconvenient thing to do, can you all click on this link and book a meeting with me so that I can get your feedback regarding this class. My goal is to launch a few classes that are able to help everybody with not just the language aspect of English learning, but also these kind of practical things that you can implement your day-to-day life, even when you're not speaking English. And I think that's what's great about English, is that it's basically a huge database that allows us to constantly get new information from the best or from all the different sources internationally. Because if it's just the language aspect, it can get boring sometimes. But if we are always getting new information using English, then it would be very beneficial for everybody. That's what I believe. So that's what I'm doing right now. So I invite you to help me by understanding more about how to launch the remaining of the classes, and also share your experiences about this particular class with me. It will only take you about 10 minutes. It will, after booking online, then you get a link, Google Calendar link. 你会收到那个一个 Google Calendar 的连接，然后都是晚上的时间，这样应该是晚上和很早的时间，这样。那我们就10分钟，我会跟你问一下这一堂课你的心得。那如果我们还有一些其他的课，哪些你觉得是比较符合大家的需求？哪些你觉得可能是是还有其他可以做的？总而言之，请大家帮我停一下，可以的话，请大家帮我今天预约一个时间，可以吗？那我们的那个
Mention that no rush, but you asked me to do it today.
If you can't, it's no rush.
No rush, but today.
That's not terribly inconvenient for you.
Oh, not really, not really.
If it's not terribly inconvenient for you, if it's not
really.
the most crazy idea on this planet.
Oh, of course not. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'll do it right now.
Please help book a time. And 所以我们的那个时间大概会是在如果有见面会的时间的话，大概会是在4月的第2个礼拜，也就是13、14号那个周末。
好的。
好，那以上非常感谢大家。那这个再请大家在这个支持订阅，按小铃铛，小铃铛按赞。
感谢各位同学。
真的，我真的也想要开一个，不是想要，我会开一个 YouTube 的频道，这样。那这 YouTube 频道可能就是分享这些知识 in English， some little exercises that can be used. 然后你可以提议一下有哪些是你觉得是真的大家会需要的一些面向，大家可以提议一下。毕竟大家都是这个行业专家，各行各业的专家。
我觉得 Mimic 很棒。
你说不用动脑筋这样，不用动脑筋，就只要重复别人的话，这样就可以一直把话题下去。
没有，就是我后来发现，就是跟长辈讲话的时候，就是放慢语速，他们就会觉得就是觉得我讲话很诚恳。那我内心想说，其实没有，我只是讲话变慢而已。
对啊，你讲的你这个 feedback 我觉得蛮好的，因为有时候对听者来说，他觉得你诚恳就好了。
对对，
要不是你心中觉得诚不诚恳，因为他觉得你诚恳就可以了。
其实我
所以就说你不管你心理状态怎么样，只要你做到这些事情，人家就有这个。
对，我觉得这样很好，这就是我要的事情。感谢陈黎。
好 ，OK， 好，那我们今天就先这样哦，感谢大家。OK， 那我们再
谢谢
，OK，Thank you，拜拜。
再联络，拜拜。